Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. In weeks, not years, not months, but weeks, some automotive executives and accountants are going to get into a room in Detroit, and they're going to have a list of plants on the wall, and they're going to scroll down that list. And they're going to decide which plants are going to stay open and which plants are going to close, and what workers are going to lose their jobs. And they're going to come to that Tonawanda engine plant, that General Motors plant. And some accountant is going to say, the state of New York, it's already cost us a lot to do business in the state of New York. They just raised our utility rates by $1,000 a week. And then in another boardroom somewhere in Detroit, in the Delphi headquarters, they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to say, if General Motors is suffering, General Motors isn't going to buy parts. Chrysler isn't going to buy parts. Delphi has to downsize. Workers have to be laid off. Let's go down that list of plants. Where are we making money? Where are we losing money? Delphi Lockport could be history because of the vote that's taken in this room today. This tax will affect not just the working people, but senior citizens. This vote on this bill can either enhance or end the career of some of the people who are going to take this vote. Remember who's watching. The Western New York Assembly delegation voted unanimously against this bill. Assemblywoman Corwin, Assemblywoman Del Monte, Assemblyman Gabrizak, Assemblyman Hawley, Assemblyman Hayes, Assemblyman Hoyt, Assemblyman Parment, Assemblywoman Peoples, Assemblyman Quinn, Assemblyman Schimminger, and Assemblyman Schroeder all voted not to impose this utility tax on the people of New York State. I can tell you that the excuses are not going to work. Other states are looking to do this. Previous administrations and legislators have done this. The mailers that go out that say we had to make tough decisions aren't going to work. Mr. President, and those listening today in those factories, in those plants, those workers at ORC Plastics in Oswego, Peltro Electronic Corporation in Madison County, Pivot Punch in Niagara County, Polymer Conversions in Erie County, Quad Graphics in Saratoga County, Samaritan Medical Center in Jefferson County, Suit Coat Corporation in Cortland County, Syracuse Casting Sales Corporation in Onondaga County, all of them indicated that they would be watching today. I want to read an email that I received. It was from a couple, an elderly couple, who live in Western New York. And it was about the proposed Power Authority increase. This is what they had to say. Thank you, George, for persevering against the proposal of the Power Authority to raise rates. This proposal upset many of us VFI seniors, very fixed income seniors. George, my husband and I plan on how to cut down washing our clothes. We only use a few lights. And listen to this. Listen to this, my colleagues, and listen to this to the people that are watching today. We actually plan on not opening the refrigerator unless it's absolutely necessary in order to conserve energy. I'm serious when I say this, George. We cannot afford one more nickel in taxes, not one more penny in increase in our utilities, not one. George, we've given up many things. We're old now. We thought in our later years that we would enjoy our retirement and our life. But it's sad. As we worked hard all of our lives in the hope of getting it easier one day, but instead it's becoming harder and more expensive. We can't do it anymore, George. We're raising their utility rates. This elderly couple, if you vote yes. Now, I've laid out the case, but I'm going to lay out the solution too. Some people mistake my passion and my commitment to this issue as anger. I've shown up at places where I have not been very welcome to talk about this issue. I feel that strongly about it. The solution is this: for somebody to go to Senator Klein and tell him to lay this bill aside, and then go back in there and tell Senator Smith, I can't be responsible for that engine plant closing. I can't be responsible for Delphi in Lockport closing. Delphi just sold their brake division on Monday, to the Chinese. It'll take the Chinese probably 6 months to move that from the United States over to China. The Delphi division located in Western New York is the thermal division. That's the division that makes air conditioning parts and heater parts. If Delphi sells that to the Chinese, that's gone in 6 months. Thousands of UAW workers laid off, out of a job. Thousands of workers. You want to risk that? There's a way out. Go in there and tell Senator Smith, this is one I can't do. This is one that could end my career. Everybody's watching. The whole state's watching. This is one we have to lay aside. A lot of talk on the other bills and their effect. This one affects us all, and this one affects us all retroactively. Don't do it because of the political pressure. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Do it for the people who don't open their refrigerator in order to save energy. Don't open their refrigerator. Plan when they're going to wash their clothes. Thank you, Mr. President.